Hey man, new year, new me. And unlike some people, I actually like to stick to my New Year's resolutions. And I've decided this year I will not talk shit about another show, no matter how mad it makes me. Let's see what's on Netflix. Well, you know, there's always next year. I'm kicking off the new year talking about a show usually I would never touch with a 39.5-foot African halberd. The Netflix original, My Life with the Walter Boys. Another attempt by Netflix to get another one of those banger shows that they can milk for another 7 years. And whether it be from the trailer, thumbnail, a Google search, it's not at all hard to tell what kind of show this is trying to be. You know, the kind of show I thought we left back in 2009 when Twilight came out, but I guess we're still here as a society. So My Life with the Walter Boys follows the life of a girl named Jackie, whose whole personality is having no personality. No, like seriously. While watching this show, I kept making the joke that this felt like some shit ripped directly off of Wattpad, and yeah. So Jackie's a big city rich girl who lives in New York with all her other rich family members and goes to big parties and has her whole future planned out for her. But one day her life would get turned upside down when she gets the news that her mom and sister tragically passed away in a car accident. And with no one to take care of her, she's forced to go down to Silver Falls, Colorado, where she'll stay with her mom's longtime friend Catherine and her husband George, and make a whole new life for herself living with the Walter Boys. Oh yeah, and there's like 9 of them, by the way. I definitely don't see that going wrong. Now, if you haven't caught on already, Jackie's what's known as a YN, a your name character, a term in media for someone who's usually the protagonist and whose whole purpose is for the reader or the viewer to self-insert themselves into his or her character so they can feel like they're living his or her life. I mean, it's not very well hid if they were trying to hide it. From the way they quickly disconnect her from her family and past life at the beginning, or how there's literally a boy in the house everywhere you turn, it's not hard to tell what Jackie is. But at the same time, they don't completely ignore her family and actually make that important to her story arc. And I thought that was good at first. But man, this show is great in how it manages to piss me off in literally every episode. Like, I was just bored one day and decided to listen to my sister's Netflix recommendations. But let me not say everything here. How about we review it as a season? Every episode's like an hour, so I decided to talk about 2 episodes at a time. You know, I always enjoy playing little games like these. You know the ones like, how high is my blood pressure gonna raise today? So you pretty much know how the first episode starts off. She's at the big annual spring break charity mixer that she planned, by the way, because she's such a good person or something, until her Uncle Richard tells her the tragic inciting incident we need to move the plot along. Bada bing, bada boom, now we're in a room with a bunch of hormonal teenagers. And yeah, there's 9 of them, and I would take the time to talk about all of them, but I'll be honest, there's literally no reason to do that, because like 80% of the Walter Boys are pretty much glorified background characters for the whole story. I'm so serious. There's only like 2 Walter Boys that are actually important to the plot, and the rest of them just get a little quirky personality trait, and that's all they get for the whole season. But hey, let's play a little game. I'll put a whole list of their names on the screen with very minute details about their personalities. Go ahead, try to see if you can figure it out, because that's all they finna get from me too. The first of the 2 actually important Walter Boys is Alex. He's the real awkward, nerdy one, but he always has everyone's best interests at heart, and he's such a good guy or something. The second important Walter Boy is Cole, and he's a bad boy. And you can tell that because he gets like a whole almost 30-second scene of him sensually rising out of the pool with water glistening off his abs and shit. Like, I thought this scene was like a joke, because I thought there's no way the writers in their right mind seriously wrote that, recorded, and edited that. and thought, yeah, that shit gonna bang. But yeah, he's the stark contrast to Alex. He's the cool and popular guy, and all the girls love him. And I mean fucking love him. It's like this Caucasian ass school has never seen another Caucasian ass male before. But not gonna lie, Austin Moon low-key clears, so... He also never calls Jackie by her actual name, and I never get it, and I still don't get it. Instead of her actual name, he calls her New York. But Jackie does not scream New York to me at all. Like, she is not the proper representative for a New Yorkian. Like, bitch, where is your puffer and your Timbs? And is this what's cute to girls nowadays? Getting called out their name? Like, it's alright when he does it, but when I go outside and call a girl bitch nut McSpazatron, I get hit with 10 years in a lawsuit. And the Walter boy's oldest brother, Will, tells Cole to not be such an asshole to Jackie because, you know, her mom and her sister just died. And he says she'll have to be able to take some rough and tumble if she wants to survive here. Survive? And what fucking rough and tumble are you talking about? This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is some of the most unserious dialogue I've seen in a show in a very long time. So Jackie gets settled in, and her and Catherine get to talking about her family and her life before all this. And we get to hear a bit more details about her mom and sister, Lucy. But once again, I like how they still talk about that, so Jackie can at least have somewhat of a character. Although that sentiment does not last very long as the show progresses. So now it's Jackie's first day at her new school, Silver Falls High. And she's a little overwhelmed, which is understandable. But the other brothers, Danny and Nathan, offer to show her to her classes. But not before Cole literally Frenches some girl in front of her to, I don't know, assert his romantic dominance or something. But she finds her class shortly. Oh yeah, there's also this girl who keeps dogging Jackie from across the classroom. And this definitely isn't foreshadowing anything, and they're definitely not being obvious with it at all. The teacher tells her to introduce herself, and she freezes up in the middle of everybody. But to be honest, I'd be scared to talk in front of this class too. Only cause bro in the back looked like he gonna steal my memories with that gigantuan ass cranium he got on his shoulders. But Alex swoops in and speaks up for her, potentially saving her from getting laughed at by Megamind and them. He's such a hero. A bit later, she has a meeting with the principal, pretty much just going over her classes. And she's a bit upset this school's curriculum isn't really as advanced as her last school's. And Tara, their principal, tries to tell her this is really the best they got. And Jackie gets upset because this means she probably won't make it into Princeton. Because remember guys, if you don't make it into Princeton, it's pretty much the end of the world. And she really just starts laying into the principal for something that she can't really control at all. She even pulls the, well, it's because my family died card in this scene with pretty much no reason to do that. Like, damn, she was just trying to have a conversation with you, Jackie. But whatever, it's lunchtime and Jackie's just trying to stand there and mind her own business until fucking Chad Thundercock spots her from across the cafeteria. And why does he always look like he's up to something? Why are you standing like that? But he decides to pull some real cool, slick shit, like helping her cut everybody else in the lunch line. And everyone just allows him to do it. Like, this bitch is even smiling as he does it. Like, sis, you were literally seconds away from grabbing your food. Why are you happy about this? This cool ass nigga even pays for her food after she even tells him she has money. And all he says is,
lunch can be rough on your first day.
Like, bro, who is giving you these lines? You just paid for the rich girl's lunch. Do you understand how pointless that just was? He takes her back to the cool kids table where she gets dogged by Cole's sorta kinda girlfriend, Erin, because he just can't stop himself from flirting with Jackie every chance he gets. And before you start hating her, I'm gonna let you know now, she pretty much gets treated the worst in the whole show. If you couldn't already tell by the way he French kissed her like 3 hours ago, and is now making goo-goo eyes at the girl he met yesterday. Erin doesn't want to give up her seat though, but Cole says, she can have mine. And then gives her the seat closest to Erin and then moves his friend out of his seat so he can sit next to Jackie. Like, wait. Bro, you just got bitched. And bro, he just gets up without any hesitation or question at all. Like, okay, I'm confused. Is this man's dick made of gold or something? Why does everyone listen to literally everything he has to say? I'm really just hating though. This man gets so many bitches. But pretty much the only person who doesn't bend to Cole's every whim is Alex, because he pretty much kind of hates him. So much so that even the thought of Cole distracts him from this very weird ass looking game he's playing. Like, bro, this looks like League of Legends if Darman made it. And your ass has 145 ping. Why are you playing at school? You're selling your teammates. But his best friend Kylie asks why he's being such a downer, and he says he's too busy thinking about the new girl, Jackie, and how he doesn't trust Cole with her. Kylie can obviously see through his bullshit though, and knows it's cause he actually likes her. And he's all like, what? No. Yeah, you're also gonna feel bad for Kylie in this show for having to deal with this man's antics all the time. And hey guys, you know I'm all for a teenage love triangle, and this definitely isn't gonna be the last time I say this, but it'd kind of be weird if you caught feelings for her, cause you guys kind of live in the same house. But cutting back to Jackie, she's in science class and everyone's partnering up but her because no one knows her ass. Until this one big tall black guy comes up and introduces himself, and you will never guess his name.
Jackie, right? Hi, I'm Skylar.
I don't know, buddy. You look more like a Tyrone or a Kentrell. Oh yeah, we also get introduced to Jackie's other new BFF for life, Grace. And I'll be honest, I really don't care for her. Like, I joke and say most of the Walter boys take a backseat to the actual important ones, but literally her only purpose is to be Jackie's overly quirky best friend. She gets no other development than that. I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, also Cole used to be on the football team, I guess, because we catch him just hanging around there for some reason. But hey, at least he's actually still in high school. Where I'm from, you usually see grown-ass men in the bleachers because they don't have anything better to do on a Friday night. Oh, and the Walters also leave Jackie's dumbass at school, so now she has to find another way home. But then she runs into Erin and her sidekick Olivia. Wow, I can't believe I remembered her name actually. And Erin basically does the whole mean girl act, telling her to stay away from her man and all that, and starts talking about her drip and says she got J. Crew on and shit. But Jackie low-key gags her ass and says, bitch, this is Ralph Lauren. Like, ooh! Okay, Jackie, I know you was G like that. But she gets home and has dinner with everybody until a fucking snake crawls onto her and makes her drop spaghetti on her sweater. Yeah, I didn't make that up. That happened. And Cole, for some reason, brings her up a sandwich to comfort her. And for some reason that works, and now they're fucking making goo-goo eyes next to the horses now. But don't worry, Alex hating ass breaks it up before any more premarital bonding can happen. But he just did that so he can show Jackie his horse instead. Like, it is crazy. I've never seen a dick measuring contest done with horses before, but I guess here we are. And at the end of the episode, we also learned that the farm's low-key failing and George is broke. Alex looks up what happened to Jackie's family, and Cole's looking through the last of Jackie's shit. And I just want to get something off my chest real fast. It's just the licensed songs that are at the end of literally every episode. Bro, it's so fucking dramatic. And it's so annoying. Like, I didn't know music could piss me off this much until this show kept using it to set these weird, corny-ass moods at the end. Like it was supposed to make me feel sad or something. It doesn't make any scene more somber or thought-provoking. It just makes it stupid. But in the next episode, Jackie's about to go for a little morning run until we see Erin's sidekick bop out of Cole's room for what I can only assume was some late-night Bible study. And her dumbass gonna try to run after they make eye contact. Like, bitch, you already caught if you don't own that shit. But you want to hear something even crazier? How they fucking started this episode off with a licensed song. She also catches Nathan also about to go for a run, and their conversation ends up being about Cole and why he's such a dog. And Nathan implies that it might have something to do with how he injured his leg last winter and he can't play football anymore, and that was like his whole life or something. So now everybody's trying to get ready for school, and understandably, with like 9 dudes in the house, there's a whole schedule to use the bathroom. Also, this nigga was pissing me off for the whole scene with this camera, bro. Like, don't shove that shit in my face at like 7 in the morning. Go get a job, bro. While Jackie's trying to squeeze her way in, for some random reason, the youngest brother, Benny, takes her shampoo kit from out of her bag, and when she's actually able to use the shower, now she gotta use the one that's already in there. And for some reason, they put bleach in the shampoo. And no, that wasn't an accident. Isaac tells her through the door while he's laughing his ass off that they have a bet that she'd rather not go to school than go to school with bleached hair. And for the rest of the day, she's forced to wear a fucking hat. And she's understandably livid about this, like anyone would be in this situation. Like, why does this even cross your mind? Go get a job, you bums! Alright, taking a break from this nonsense, we finally get introduced to a storyline I actually like in this show. Will and his fiancée Haley's storyline. The root of this storyline is pretty much them not having enough money to pay for their wedding. And it's not the most dramatic problem, I know, but the writers actually managed to keep it realistic and above all interesting with how this actually slowly starts to affect them in their day-to-day lives. And it was so surreal because it really felt like I was watching a completely different show than the one I just turned on. I mean, sure, it still has its flaws, but it was writing that made sense, you know? But maybe it's just because Netflix can write adults better than they can write teenagers. But I'll talk more about that when the time comes. So Jackie has to miserably trudge through her day now. Cole keeps trying to flirt with her when she's just trying to get to her classes and shit. And yeah, if you're not a 14-year-old middle school girl and you've grown past this where my hug at ass behavior, Cole's character can really start to get on your nerves. And it's really funny because Cole's probably, if not the, most focused on Walter Boy throughout the entire show. We even see him at his job asking his boss if he can give him a full-time job because he's been planning on dropping out of school because he truly believes that no college would take him if he can't play football. And as annoying as Cole can be, I'm not indifferent to the suffering of someone who has a dream. And Cole had his dream ripped away from him from just one injury, and it's really hard to not sympathize with him. But once again, that sentiment starts to fade really quickly. After school, Jackie visits Catherine at her job in the veterinary clinic for no real reason, but hey, she's here. And Catherine realizes she's wearing some dusty, beat-up-ass sun hat, and she's all like, ain't you from New York, bitch? Where's your Yankee? But long story short, Jackie tells Catherine how those 9 supervillains she got living in that house put a fucking bleaching agent in the body wash, and Catherine got that real motherly, I'm about to wreak some havoc look on her face, so those kids are definitely cooked when she gets home. Oh, like, look, even this man felt that spiritual pressure. But when Cole's taking her home, the bleach thing gets brought up again, because he was wondering what exactly Jackie said to his mom about it. And literally the only thing she said was, someone put bleach in the shampoo bottle. Cause that's what fucking happened. And this dude stops the car and he's like,
Oh, you're kidding, right?
No.
So you snitched.
oh, fuck you, bro. He says that all the Walters have a pact never to snitch on each other, because God forbid they ever face any consequences for the shit they do, and said when they find out she snitched, you're gonna want to give them a chance to cool off. Like, bro, what are you even talking about? She is completely justified to tell on all of you motherfuckers for making the top of her head look like a Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor. And she ain't even really snitch on nobody. She literally just explained what happened to her. Like, what is she supposed to say? That she's ops with Mr. Clean, so he broke in and poured Clorox in her shit? It was obviously one of y'all. Well, whatever. That shit was low-key just a way to get Jackie alone at the lake. Kinda creepy, bro, I'll be honest. And Cole uses the forbidden technique, and that's just taking literally any of her belongings and playfully holding it up in the air so she can't get to it. Hey, trust me, fellas, this method got a 100% success rate. Like, bro's already pretty good looking already. This tactic is only reserved for band kids who have no game. But hey, maybe I don't know shit, and I just need to live a little, like Cole says. Is that a fucking licensed song? Well, I'm going to completely ignore that, and somehow this works, and they end up having a cute conversation about their future and shit. And these scenes are pretty much the only time I like Cole, cause Noah Lalonde. Is that how do you say this nigga name? Because Noah Lalonde gives it his all in these scenes, and it's more noticeable in later episodes how pretty good he is at acting. Nah, like low-key, it must suck to be in a scene with this dude. He's great at acting. He's like a 10, And judging by his last name, he might be French. Like, Loki, I'm about to become this man's #1 hater. Like, you need a nerf, bro. You can't be good at everything. But this scene is mostly Cole talking about how he'll move forward now since he doesn't have football. And you can really tell in his eyes he doesn't really know where to go moving forward. And it makes sense. He went his whole life being told he was really good at this one thing. And the next thing you know, it's taken away from him, and now those same people who praised him are now telling him he has to move past it and find something else he wants to do with the rest of his life. It's a lot to throw on a teenager at once. But they get home, and now all the Walters are being confronted for that unnecessary shit they pulled in the morning. The main perpetrators turn out to be Isaac and Jordan, and don't worry, I forgot who they were already too. And surprisingly, Cole was a part of the bed. Ooh, plot twist. And the next morning, Alex conniving ass takes this as an opportunity to show Jackie his tree house. I mean, hey, if you don't have a Hellcat, this is probably the second best thing. And so he shows her around his nerd palace and gives her one of his nerd books. Jackie also thanks him for sticking up for her yesterday, but there wasn't really much sticking up. I mean, all he did was actually snitch and told his parents to check Jordan's camera. And now he's all like, nah, it's alright, I hate pranks too. Like, Alex, I respect the pursuit, but you're being a pick-me now, brother. But now he gets to make goo-goo eyes at her, and Cole catches them, and he don't like that. But Jackie's mad at him still because of that bet thing and ignores him to go talk to Alex. But it's revealed at the end that Cole actually betted on Jackie going to school, regardless of how her hair looks, because he believes she's a strong person in junk and doesn't even want the money anymore because it's not even worth it anymore. Fuck you, man.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music.
So, this episode is rightly titled The Cole Effect, which I will explain later. Because even though this episode's main focus is on the homecoming football game, it somehow quickly becomes about Cole for little reason. So pretty much the conflict of this episode is Cole missing football because he's teaching their little sister Parker how to play. And then he starts looking at the ball all sad and stuff. And then he goes back to his room, dramatically sighs, and closes the door. So yeah, you know it's serious. And this episode also gives us our first actual scenes with Will's fiance Haley. Oh yeah, and she's also friends with the school's principal to really hammer in that wholesome small town vibe. So Aaron's sidekick tries to talk to Jackie at school and asks her if she can keep it on the down low that she smashed this fucking banana over here. And Jackie's all like, yeah, I barely even know you guys, I don't care. And Olivia's like, oh my god, thanks, besties. It takes a real grimy bitch to sleep with her best friend's boyfriend and then show up the next day with a smile on her face. Oh yeah, and so Jackie's in the student council now, and Aaron's in it too, because we need to make it interesting. And we catch up with Cole, and he's talking to, I guess, his best friend? Random black guy. No, like, seriously, I forgot his name. I'll probably learn it again. Just give me a minute. So it's kind of awkward because they had to replace Cole with a Demetrius over here as starting QB because, you know, leg. And there's always some underlying tension between these two because of that. And by tension, I mean it's just Cole being a huge dick whenever it gets brought up. Like, Cole always has some slick shit to say about it to make him feel bad. But bro, he does not control that. Like, what you want this nigga to do? Break his knee with you? Getting to the actual important part of the episode, the homecoming game is one of those wholesome small town events that everyone participates in. And the Walters show their support by selling apple cider for charity. Some random guy hops on the stage and hypes everybody up, and then boom, a bunch of cheerleaders break out in song and dance. But you want to know the crazy part? They're dancing to a licensed song. And that's not even my problem with this. They're cheerleaders. I guess it makes sense. But why are they playing Cake by the Ocean? Who is approving these? Like, whose fucking trash-ass Spotify playlist got mixed up in the show's soundtrack? But whatever. Cole magically appears now, and he's manning the cider cart for Jackie and Alex. And Alex gets mad at him because, he's being nice. But Cole gets distracted by the football team being announced and everyone hyping up his best friend for being the starting quarterback now. Everyone except his hating ass. Like, bro even sees him from the stage, dogging his ass, and he starts to feel bad. Like, Cole, he's your best friend. You could at least crack a fake smile or something. Why are you doing him like that? Oh yeah, also this reminded me to explain to you guys the Cole effect. Not specifically because of this scene, but because of literally all of the scenes after it. So it gets brought up in like the first episode, and it's basically this mythical phenomenon that no girl can resist the charms of Cole fucking Walter. All the girls talk about it, Jackie's quirky best friend talks about it. We can even see it in action when Cole sells this woman apple cider by telling her it kept all the Union soldiers hydrated against the Confederates in the Civil War. Cause nothing gets a girl more excited than when you start talking about the American Civil War. So Jackie hits a little roadblock in her plan, which was to raise money for the new auditorium with the student council by opening a silent auction. Only problem is, ain't nobody spending money on that, sis. And you won't fucking believe what happens next. No, like seriously, you will not guess. Cole gets up on the stage cause somehow he's allowed up there, and I shit you not, he opens up a bid on himself. And that's not even the crazy part. It's the reaction of literally everyone in the crowd when he says that. Nigga, they are besides themselves in joy. I can't believe this. Even Skylar over here clapping like shit sweet. Like, bro, it's an auction. Why isn't your ass up there? And people actually start bidding on him. You got niggas' moms and grandmas putting $100+ to spend time with this man. And this dude over here bids $250 to hang out with Cole. Like, what do you want with him, you dirty bastard? But it ends up going to the grandma for $500. $500? You're serious? Okay, I'm done with this episode. In the next episode, Jackie's finally unpacking all of her things until she realizes it's her late sister Lucy's birthday. And among her stuff lies one of the only things she has to remember her by. This little teapot thing. And let me just say right now, if you've watched the show, you know the significance of this item. But if you haven't, I just want you to know, this teapot is the catalyst for why this show is not very good. Just wait and see. But not long after that, Parker accidentally shatters the teapot and then runs away like a G. And I guess the Walters just sensed this was a big deal somehow, because now they just all staring at her. Like seriously, maybe they're just being nice, but I don't remember Jackie telling anyone the significance of this thing. This could honestly just be a normal ass teapot to them. Cole also picks it up after and starts inspecting it. And just remember this, because it'll be important later. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, there's some side characters that have their own B-plot romances on the side, like the principal and this Indian guy, I think. But more importantly, Nathan and our favorite token black character, Skylar. Oh yeah, Nathan's gay, by the way. We didn't see much of him in the earlier episodes, so my gaydar really had nothing to go off of. And Skylar's low-key an op during this whole storyline, playing with Nathan's emotions and shit. And even turns down a date, cause he lives with Jackie, so it'd be weird. I mean, living situations has never stopped anyone from doing anything in this whole entire show, so. But this ain't even the worst shit he did to him, just wait. And in this episode, Jackie and Aaron's, I guess, rivalry is focused on more. Jackie joins the track team and absolutely dusts her ass. And because of that, Aaron's mom, who's the coach, makes Jackie first team leader and even gets invited to an out-of-town track meetup. But hey, I'm with Aaron on this one. She has not taken one W since Jackie joined this school. I'd be hot too, sis. But Jackie gets a little upset because the field trip slip gets handed to her and it needs a parent signature. So she runs to the bathroom all upset till she hears some girls talking about how she hit the lottery cause she'll inherit her family's money or something. But like, is this what y'all do in the girls' bathroom? Elite level pocket watching? Go to class. I know that GPA is cooked. Now she dramatically running out the bathroom, and her hero, Cole, bops out the cut like, having a bad day, New York? yes, and your mini Homelander ass is making it worse. But Jackie's telling him no while having the worst lying face ever because she secretly likes attention and shit. But Cole has the bright idea of ditching class to help her get her mind off things. Jackie's a little hesitant of this idea at first because she's never lived her life before, but ultimately agrees to skip. So now they head over to a damn lake house that's owned by Cole's best friend, what's-his-face. But I'm getting the feeling that Cole might have, invited some more people. Like, have you actually done this before? You're telling me your school won't find it odd that like 50 of their students just randomly disappeared in the middle of the day and are somehow the same people that usually hang out together? But whatever, who needs logic? Now they're doing teenager stuff like getting peer pressured into underage drinking. Oh no! But like the funniest shit ever happens next, and Mr. Best Friend over here takes off his jacket only to reveal Cole's number on his jersey. Bro, I promise you, I watched this shit twice, and each time it took me a couple seconds to figure out what they're mad at. And each time I burst out into hyena-like laughter because of how silly this shit was. And it's not silly because Cole's mad at it. It's because, bro, why even change your number? I'm convinced you did that on purpose. And he looks so suspicious too. It looked like he actually got caught with his pants down. Alright, but moving on, it looks like we're diving into that 2000s Disney Channel movie-ass vibe because they start playing Truth or Dare. And in this quote-unquote super awesome version of the game, if you don't want to say a truth or do a dare, you could pass your turn by viciously making out with the person on your left. And say it was like a dude to your left. Alright, so they playing this weird ass R. Kelly version of Truth or Dare until eventually Cole quits, cause this is just something we shouldn't be doing right now. Like, Cole's been acting brand new this whole episode, like this wasn't some shit he was definitely participating in before. But as soon as Jackie comes into the equation, this nigga wanna act like Captain Save-A-Ho and be this shining example of chivalry and shit, and I'm just not buying it. Aaron calls him out in this shit, and this makes him feel some type of way. So he decides he just gonna kiss Jackie, because that's definitely the right thing to do in this situation. That's what you get, nigga. So after an embarrassing car ride home, turns out I was right, school did get suspicious. So now they're grounded while the rest of the family gets to go to a party the next day. Because the one thing these two need is to be locked in this very big and warm house, alone together. His dad also gives him the old, "this isn't you" talk that for some reason everyone's been giving him for this whole show. Like, from what I've been hearing, bro was always like this. He just doesn't have the motivation anymore to hide it very well. Oh yeah, I don't know if I brought this up, but if there's one thing everyone in this show loves doing, it's walking away dramatically after any slightly emotional scene. Like, it's been happening a lot these past 4 episodes, I just haven't brought it up. But it's actually so fucking funny. Like, just end the scene, bro. You don't have to use this like it's a period to a sentence. Just cut away from the scene. So Alex is back to his pick-me ways and brings Jackie up a cup of water and tells her how he covered for her at school today and even did her homework. Like, okay, Alex, you're scaring me now, buddy. I could never do this much for a bitch who actively flirts with my brother. But I guess it works anyways, because she tries to kiss this guy. But Alex is being my hero in this scene for not kissing this obviously intoxicated young girl. Good on you, Alex. I'm sure this will bring you some good karma. So the next day, everyone heads over to the grand opening of Will and Haley's new restaurant, the Lark Cafe. But it's not their restaurant, it's owned by a guy named Mato Summerhill, who is somehow the dad of Skylar. I don't know. But overall, it looks like a good time. And Alex obviously wanted to hang out with Jackie today, but I guess he'll just have to settle for Kylie, who doesn't have any romantic feelings for him at all, and also is definitely not madly in love with him. Because in his words, she's just Kylie. I bet Cole and Jackie are having the worst time right now being grounded. So yeah, they're just having the most romantic evening of their lives right now, because why would they be doing literally anything else? Now they're back to giving the googly eyes at each other. I didn't miss that. Like, this was the episode that really started to clue me in on Jackie's true character. Like, you're real grimy if you think I'm not gonna notice this sly ass shit you're pulling in this town. I know your type, Jackie. But the fam gets home, and out of all people, Alex is the one that finds them in a entanglement. Well, you know what they say, Alex. Karma's a bitch. Pause. Future Zero here. But don't ask me how far into the future. Yeah, I might have underestimated how long this video was gonna take. But considering each episode is an hour, maybe I should have seen this coming. So this is now part 1 of a 2-part series. And hey, if you want to see part 2 sooner rather than later, hook me up with a like and drop a comment down below. Cause trust me, this show starts to get really, really stupid. But, you know, this made me get into the Wattpad fanfiction writer mood. And I came up with a good one. Tell me what you think. So same things happen, right? Jackie's family dies, she moves away, but it turns out that her mom actually had a third secret college roommate? LaShaquisha. So instead of staying in this sunny paradise in Colorado, she gets the privilege of living in the sunny streets of Illinois in O-Block, Chicago, where she'll be living with LaShaquisha's 9 O-Block children and get caught in a super wholesome love triangle with the 2 eldest brothers, Levante and Quintavious. They'll have wholesome bonding experiences like moving bricks and spinning the block, and even romantic dinner parties with Chief Keef. Oh, blah. What kind of wacky adventures await our favorite protagonist next? Find out next time on My Life with the Walter Niggas.